Okay, so we place the ball at the center of your pubic bone. Your hands are underneath so that we can do tractioning once we start moving it away. You're trying to find a posterior tilt of your pelvis, just a small bias that way, so that your lumbar spine is lengthened. It's like your pubic bone is wrapping down to the floor.
Feels like a period cramp. Holy shit.
Yeah, it's intense.
It's a period cramp. I wouldn't think that.
So your job is to breathe into the ball, breathe into that pubic bone, and then breathe into my hand like you're widening your pelvis like an accordion. And then on that exhale, imagine everything gets to relax and spill and get heavier to the ball. And you're gonna do a couple more breaths like that. Breathe in, breathe in, breathe in. And then exhale, let everything melt. Breathe into the ball, breathe into the pubic bone, breathe into my hand. Yeah, there you go, great. And then let the breath go. And last one, breathe in, breathe in, breathe in. And exhale and let the breath go. Stay heavy on the ball. You're gonna make a micro shift to the left so the ball can move to the right. And then you're gonna take your left, you're gonna lower your right hip more. So your pelvis stays level, and you're gonna use your left hand to push, or maybe it feels better for your right hand to pull the ball to the right. So it's just a small move, yeah.
Like here?
Yeah, it's just a small move. So it's just really, you should just be able to shift your pelvis. And when you move on the ball, Jody, you want to stay on the ball. You want to stay heavy on the ball and slide, if at all possible.
Okay, so just try to move it with your hand.
Yeah, it's just, and it's such a small move that it's, and you're going to take a couple breaths there. And maybe you can feel it start giving you could even feel it in this SI joint, right? Even though the ball's on the right. And you're gonna let that right side stay heavy, and you're gonna breathe into the ball, breathe into the pubic bone, breathe into my hand, and then let the breath go, let everything melt. Yep, try to not squeeze your glute when you melt. Yeah, there you go, good. Breathe in, breathe in, breathe in. And exhale, let the breath go. And breathe in, breathe in, breathe in. Good. Then you're going to take a slight shift again to the left. The ball goes to the right. There you go. Yeah. Yep. Breathe in, breathe in, breathe in. And let the breath go. Breathe in. And one more. Good. And then you're going to come off the ball and lay on your back just to see what that feels like. So you can feel the difference of the width from the right to the left.
Okay. So just turn over?
Yep, just
or
roll
walk?
on your back.
Well, I can move better.
Yeah. Can you feel that difference?
It feels looser. Like on my right side feels more just
Spilling.
yeah.
Like it spills out, like it's wider and
Yeah. And
Yeah.
this side feels tighter.
so
From here.
here's your hip point there. Here's your hip point there. If I draw my hands towards one another, do you see the difference in your hip bones?
Well, I can't unless you take your fingers. I'll draw your line. Draw your line.
So you're gonna take, and then you're gonna just like, this is your hip point.
Yeah, usually when I go to the chiropractor, first thing they'll say is this. How's that work? Is hiked up.
Well, it's the other way now.
Yeah. So and obviously I'm right-handed, and I notice that when I'm doing stuff, I hike this hip up. Like
And you
I've
can
seen it.
feel, you can see the difference even like in right through here. Like this feels like, looks like it's more relaxed down, where this looks like it's, like all of this is pulling in,
That's why
and
it
this
feels
is
tight.
spilling out. And then you can feel the difference through here too.
That's where I feel it, like through there.
Yeah.
And what about my feet? Does that look different? Is one going down? Well,
Yeah.
this one feels like it's going that way.
Yeah.
More angle. This one's just straight. I feel like the left side is just like
Which
floppy.
is a tightness. Yeah, it
Floppy,
could be a
floppy.
tightness thing. Yeah.
Over there. Or this one
Yeah.
is. Yeah. So definitely.
So let's roll over back onto your stomach and you'll place that ball back at the center of your pubic bone. So you can even show in the video where you're going to put it.
Can I get a drink of water?
Yeah, just a little.
I felt like I was going to cheat for a second either.
That's okay. Yeah, it can make you feel like that, or it can make you feel like you're in a curl. You know, you got so much going on.
Yeah.
It's intense. You know, we hold a lot of trauma in our pelvis and
Oh, for
emotion.
sure. This will be good for my daughter who just had her baby, right?
Oh my
I can,
gosh,
give her all the
absolutely.
tips. She can play with it today.
Because her SI joint has opened for childbirth. Her pelvis is widened.
Yes.
Right? So what's really critical is that she doesn't run back out to the gym at the 6-week mark, and that she's taking her time to let her body come back together. Because what happens, women will often have SI joint pain because your pelvis doesn't necessarily settle back, depending on carrying a baby on the hip, you know, as everything tightens back up.
You've got the phone, the old school phone up here.
Yeah, right.
The baby, yeah.
Yeah, right. So.
Well, I was one of those people that got to the gym within 2 weeks.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Because I was the
For sure, that was
instructor,
our
so of course
generation.
it was like, oh yeah, I'm going back.
That was our generation.
It was
So
like
you're gonna
cool to be
pick
able to
up,
do
you're
that.
gonna put it on your pubic bone in the center.
Okay.
There you go, yeah. And you'll just lay down your hands.
I was putting it way too high on that one.
What's that?
I had it way too high.
Yeah. So you're on that pubic bone. Opposite of this is your sacrum, right?
Mm-hmm.
So this right here
Which always feels
is your
good.
SI joint.
Okay.
And it comes down like this.
Mm-hmm.
So you're gonna breathe into the ball, into the pubic bone, into my hand, and then let the breath go. And you can put your hands underneath your pelvis.
Oh yeah, that's very good.
And you're gonna breathe in, breathe in, breathe in, and let the breath go. And breathe in, breathe in, breathe in, and let the breath go. You're gonna stay heavy on the ball, and you're gonna make that slight shift to the right. The ball goes to the left. And you're gonna stay heavy on that left side. You're gonna use your hands to either pull or push, but the ball is gonna be traction to the left. Nice. Breathe in, breathe in, breathe in, and good. And then you're gonna take another shift to the right. The ball is gonna go to the left. There you go. Yeah, keep this side long. Perfect. And you're just breathing into the ball, into the bone, into the back of your pelvis, and letting it go. Breathe in, breathe in, breathe in. Did you take the day off work?
Yeah, I did. This has worked out perfectly, but my son from New York is in town.
Oh, fun.
So we're with him and his boyfriend, and
Oh, nice.
yeah, and the baby's coming, so they get to meet him for the first time. So
Sweet.
yeah.
And then you're going to go ahead and you're going to come off the ball and you're going to see the difference between the sides.
Okay. Now, we didn't go as far on this side, did we? Or
We
did
did all
we
3
really-
spots,
okay.
yeah.
And it feels like it just stays in that spot. It doesn't move very
It
far.
moves just slightly, right, because your bone is this, you know, it's like maybe 1.5 inches.
That's your pubic bone.
This is your pubic bone, right?
Really well.
So you center, yeah, it's just above your hip. It's just above the garden to heaven, or the gate to heaven. And then lay on your back and see the difference.
Okay.
I love all your pastel-y
Oh, thank you.
sweatshirt, nails, water bottle, your one matching ensemble.
It'll be like today. It's like I took it over to my closet right now. Whew. Yeah. Definitely feels definitely looser.
Feels freer, right?
Yeah. Like, you know, because a lot of times I have like, it's hard for me to breathe because there's so much tightness through here.
Yeah,
So I feel like that loosened up on that side.
yeah. So we're gonna roll you, you're gonna stay on your back, and now we're gonna do the same thing, but we're gonna do it on the back side. And we're just gonna do the center. You can actually do the bottom, the middle, and the top of your sacrum, but we're just gonna do that center of your sacrum so that you can get the feel for it. You'll feel the benefit, so you'll stay there.
Okay.
You're just gonna pick your bottom up. So bend your knees, pick your bottom up like you're doing a hip thrust. And then you're gonna place that ball lower back down. So you should feel like your sacrum is this triangular bone right here, right? So here's the top of your sacrum, and here's your bottom.
Okay.
You should feel like you're in the center. So adjust as you need to.
Can you show me on the inside?
Yep, so it's like this. So you're at, here's your crack,
Yeah,
the top of your
yeah.
crack, and you're gonna be like in the center.
Okay.
So again, this isn't a huge bone, it's posterior to the pubic bone.
Okay. Alright, I think I got it.
Good. And then your legs can be bent or your legs can be straight. Whatever feels good for you. Play with straightening them out to see what makes you feel most weighted into the ball. And this also helps you find hip flexor length, right? So
Stretches
you can
that.
feel it stretching,
Yeah.
right? So I'm gonna help you find some weight. I'm gonna pull your hip points apart and I'm gonna pressure down. You let me know if it's too much. Just relax your chest. There you go. So you're gonna breathe into the ball, breathe into your sacrum, breathe into your pubic bone, and then melt. And you're gonna breathe into the ball, into your sacrum, into the front of your pelvis, and melt. Then you're gonna breathe in, breathe in, breathe in, and you're gonna melt. And again, breathe in, breathe in, breathe in, and then melt. You're gonna stay heavy on the ball, and you're gonna shift your body to the left, and the ball's gonna move to the right. When you do that, so place your hands underneath your bottom and around the ball. So when you shift, you're way too high actually. So your sacrum, you're gonna be more like there. There you go. So when you shift,
Yeah.
you want to make sure this isn't happening, right? So your pelvis stays level, and it's just like a typewriter carriage. You're going to shift your pelvis to, there you go. And it's a small move, right?
Yep.
And you're just going to breathe into the ball, into the sacrum, and in the front of your pelvis, and melt. So this is now giving width in your pelvis, and you'll actually feel that ball give some pressure out to the SI. When the ball is here, you may feel it on the opposite side, or maybe you just feel it right where it is.
I feel like go up my back.
Yeah.
My bra line.
Yeah.
Like a diagonal.
Like to this side?
Yeah. Like
Yep.
I feel like go
Yeah.
right there.
Oh, okay.
And it actually is like a crisscross pattern.
Yeah, there you have a fascial X. You have all sorts of fascial X's.
Yeah.
From this hip to this rib,
Yeah.
and on the back too. And then you're gonna make that shift again to the left, the ball moves out to the right. Yep, perfect. You're gonna keep that right side heavy.
How do you keep the right side heavy when you don't
You've
have
got
left
this
side?
hand here.
Yeah.
So this hand is gonna tell you if you drop this hip, right? You'll know because it'll be really heavy on your hand. And then you just gotta balance it out. So
Okay.
it's as simple as that.
Okay.
This is a pattern that I'll do in bed when I'm going to sleep at night, before
Yeah.
I go to sleep. Because oftentimes my pelvis is really irritated when I'm trying to sleep. Or you wake up in the night because your pelvis hurts.
Yes, yes.
And so I keep these balls and between my mattress and my headboard, and I put them on my pubic bone, or I put them on my back, or I'll lay on my side and put it in my hip. Whatever I feel like I need to get that to quiet so I can sleep.
Wow. The balls everywhere.
Yeah, absolutely. And then you're gonna come back. If it was like a fashion look, I'd just get like a belt and have all my different size balls on. And then you're gonna pick your bottom up and you're gonna come off that ball.
Oh,
Yep, and just take it out and then sort of lay down and straighten your legs out and see the difference.
now I feel maybe it's a little bit more relaxed through here.
Yep. I noticed your waist has elongated. I don't know if you feel that, like your ribs are softening
Yeah, well, that's
down.
good.
Yeah, it comes back to this, and that your hip points are still, they're off again, but we'll balance that out.
Okay.
And now if you look at your feet,
Yeah, they're more balanced, aren't they? Yeah. Okay. Ready for the other side, right?
Yeah, right? And don't you even feel how like your neck can soften back a little bit better?
Yes.
Yeah.
You know, so I was having trouble even in yoga classes. Like, I was like, what is going on? And
there's a connection between your lumbar spine and your cervical spine.
Uh-huh.
And so when you're really tight and locked up in your lumbar spine, you'll often get neck pain.
Which was happening.
Yeah.
And they said, well, maybe you should tuck your chin more.
Yeah.
I'm like, well, that even hurts.
I know, right? Bend your knees.
And I'm like, if this never used to hurt, what's going on?
Exercise ring closed.
Oops. Well, really haven't done much, but I like that you close me.
Yeah, right? And so you should be, So the top is there, so you should scooch this direction just a hair. There you go. So it's just really small moves, right? Because it's not a big bone. And then straighten your legs out, and your hands can be underneath your...
That's hard to get that exact side.
Yeah, because you want to be sure you're not in your lumbar spine, right? Because if you take your hands, put them on your hips, and then draw around, you'll feel this little dent right here. Like if you bend over, you'll feel it. That's your PSIS.
Mm-hmm.
And then that's where really your sacrum starts. Now this is your lumbar spine. And we just want to be on that sacrum.
Okay.
And then the center is, again, you're working with a couple inches.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not a big move. And you're just going to breathe into the ball, into the bone, into the front of your pelvis, and relax. Breathe in, breathe in, breathe in. And breathe in, breathe in, breathe in. Good. Then you're going to stay heavy, and you're going to make that small shift to the right. Ball goes to the left. And you're just going to breathe into the ball, into the bone, into the front of your pelvis, and then melt.
Oh, that might not be the best picture.
Yeah. Why? I know.
She's trying. I got a lot of video, honey.
Oh, are you videoing too?
Oh yeah.
Oh, good. Are you gonna share?
I'm gonna totally video.
Tag the Pilates body?
Well, I'll do little clips. How about that?
Well,
'Cause right now I'm just doing the whole thing because I know I'm gonna forget and I'm not gonna be perfect. But
Yeah.
I like to be perfect.
Yeah.
Right.
You know how to edit and all that?
Yeah, I do. I
And
know.
see, I'm not that good.
Shift. There
Save
you
little
go.
clips.
Yeah, and just tag Pilates body.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, I told her I'm gonna be your spokesman whisperer.
Yeah, that's awesome.
She was cute. She's like, oh, you're gonna meet with the Pilates.
Pilates whisperer.
Yeah.
That's what she calls me, the Pilates whisperer.
She's like, it's gonna be amazing. I'm like, it's not you, because you know,
Yeah.
you just get so used to it. So Lisa and I used to
Teach
yeah,
together.
lifetime, yeah. Mm-hmm. Back in the day, it's crazy. And my body, when you didn't even have to stretch after you worked out.
I know, and you didn't. You felt great.
You felt great. You could teach 2 hours.
But that's why we don't feel good now, because we did that. You know? And then you're going to just come back to the center. And then you're going to pick your bottom up. Woo, right?
So when I lift, and I feel something back here that I thought maybe I broke something, that's just, what is that?
Well, you're stimulating the bone, right?
Okay.
And so it is intense. These patterns, when you're working bone like that, is intense.
Mm-hmm.
And it does. So the more you do it, the less you'll have that feeling.
Yeah. Well, that feeling comes when I'm like doing a lift. I'm like, oh yeah. Is it
Oh, you
stable?
mean even when you're lifting
Yeah,
just
like,
normally?
just like I'm talking before I came in here, I was like, what is going on there? Why does it feel so like
Tight.
scary? Like
Yeah.
I'm like, am I gonna break something?
Well, yeah, like you're about going to blow out a disc.
Yes,
right?
yeah. That's why
Yeah.
I'm like, did I do something? Like what's going on?
And then straighten your legs out. Yeah, and see what that feels like.
Are they level now? My little.
Yeah, your hip points are more level. Yeah.
Cause I mean, sometimes you can see them in the mirror. It's like,
Yeah,
wow.
the difference.
Yeah.
But
And it's
everything
funny 'cause,
feels
like last
easier.
week, I felt like my whole abdomen was just like everything hurt to stand up to lift.
Yeah.
I'm like, what? Is
And this is just like the tip of the Yamauna iceberg. I mean,
Yeah.
there's abdominal patterns. You can take the black balls, you can put them next to each other. You can do a psoas pattern to work your psoas. You know, it's a game changer. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So hug your legs in.